Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so this is kind of a little bit of a different video than I usually do over here. It's part story time, part lesson that I was thinking about yesterday from this very small experience that I had with my neighbor across the street. But I wanted to share it with you guys because I sometimes think to myself, you really view the world in strange ways. But then I think, you know, when I share those things and so many people in the comment sections are like, oh my God, I look at things the exact same way, or thank you for sharing this, I really appreciate it. And then I'm like, well, maybe I don't see the world or view the world differently than other people do, you know? And I think that recently, my life has been very, very small. It's been on this front porch and, you know, in our house and just in this little neighborhood and things like that. And so I have really learned, even more so than I ever did before, which I did before, to appreciate the small moments in life. And something happened yesterday. So this is the story time part of it. Something happened yesterday that was really insignificant and small, but as I was walking back from my neighbor's house across the street, I just was filled with this feeling of love and compassion. And so let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I was sitting out on my front porch yesterday. I have a direct line of view to my neighbor across the street, to her gardens that are along her walkway. So she came out and she was looking at her flowers and stuff, and so I shouted over at her. I was like, hey. She looked over and I said, how are your flowers looking? She's like, they're great. And so we were kind of talking back and forth. Our house is, like, our street is probably 15 feet wide, if that. And so we're real close. Like, we can, like, talk by just, you know, kind of shouting across the street. So I was asking her what she was doing. She was telling me about, like, the charity work that she does every week and that she had gone and done it this week and whatever. And she was like, I was thinking about you. And I was like, you were? And she was like, yeah, I really love your front porch. And I just rearranged my front porch and I wanted to know what you thought about it or what you think that I should do about it. And I said, oh, okay. And so I, like, got up and I walked over to her yard, and I even made some joke because, I mean, she has, like, this overgrown flower walkway. It's absolutely beautiful, right? And I was like, now entering tropical gardens of whatever. And she started laughing. So, and it's so beautiful, you guys. And she has all of this stuff, like, in there too. Like, she has, like, these glass flowers with, like, the long sticks on them, just like, you know, poked into the ground at certain places. And she has all this beautiful stuff. So anyway, I walked up onto her front porch, and her front porch is, like, hidden. So I can't see their front porch. I can see, like, the walkway going up, and then the front porch is to the side. I can't see it from here. And it's exactly like the same width as ours is, but it is carpeted. And then she had, like, a love seat, like a wicker love seat, and then she had another chair sitting there with an ottoman and a little table in the corner. And she was like, I think I need something hanging over there. I know I need something hanging behind me. She's like, I think I need something hanging over there, and then I don't know what else to do with this little space over there. She's like, what do you think? And I said, well, this is so peaceful. I said, I could sit out here and read, like, every single night, right? And, because it's like this cute little nook, and it was very peaceful to me. And so, she was like, yeah, I used to last summer. I read out here a lot, and I would bring, like, a fan out here and whatever. And I said, have you thought about, like, because she had this table, and on the table it was like a round table like ours right here, and so it's about this big, and she had this plant sitting on it. Well, the plant was rather small, and I said, what if you, like, bought one of those water fountains that just kind of, like, bubbles a little bit, and so you had, like, a little bit of a bubbling, you know, sound out here while you were sitting out here reading. And she's like, oh, I really like that idea. So her husband walked out, and so he was, like, talking with us as well. And I said to her, I said, yeah, because I talked about this on my vlog, how I was thinking about, I love the sound of planes in the sky. When they come every 10 minutes while I'm vlogging at night, they kind of bother me, but during the day, I think it's really nice. It's a beautiful, oh, it's a helicopter, and it's beautiful today. So I said, you know, I've been thinking about buying a bird bath. I really want to get a bird bath. And I said, but I don't see, do you have one? And she was like, I have one out back. And this is the neighbor that just got the 3 seasons room and everything. And I said, oh, okay. And she was like, come back and let's go see it. She goes, we'll walk around the side. So we walked around the side. We walked around our other neighbor's condo, around to the side, back to where their 3 seasons room is. And she was showing me like everything that she had been like growing back there. And she's got all kinds of flowers and stuff. It's beautiful back there. And in this corner where she had this bird bath, so a bird bath is kind of like this thing like this, and then you put water in it, you can put food in it, and birds feed out of it, or they bathe in it, or whatever. It was surrounded by flowers, and there were all of these butterflies, and actually there were quite a few bees, and she was like, I think it's so sweet. She's like, the bees love the water in the bird bath. And she was telling me about how she had bought this bird bath when she was at this like fall festival, and she was telling me where she got it, and it had these little like ceramic turtles that like climbed up the side of it. It was really pretty. And so she was like, I just love that bird bath so much. I was like, oh, I want to get one now. I love it too. And she's like, come here and look at my tomato plants. And so I walked over, and she had all of these tomato plants, and she's got everything very, very organized, you know? And I was like, oh, they look beautiful, but I don't see really any tomatoes on there. And our another neighbor on the other side, she has tomato plants growing along the back, and she's got tons of tomatoes back there. And she said, well, I just took a lot off. She's like, but there's 2, but they're not really that ripe on there. And so she picked this one off, and she gave me this tomato. So here's gonna be my thumbnail. So she gave me this tomato, and she said, she goes, here, she goes, put this on your kitchen counter until it gets ripe, and then you can have, you know, she said you can have you a tomato, and you can, you know, cut it up and have it with a salad, or, you know. And I was thinking like, my mom back in the day, she would like cut up a tomato and have it with cottage cheese. My mom always loved like pears and cottage cheese, or a fresh tomato and cottage cheese. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And so we started walking back, and they have a weeping willow tree behind their house. And I was just kind of looking at the weeping willow, and it's like touching the water because they're on the lake. And I was like, it's so beautiful back here. She's like, it's so peaceful. She's like, I love to come back here and read. And I'm sitting here carrying this tomato, you know, and so we walked back around the side, and we came out. We were like standing in our front yard, and this guy drove by and stopped, and he was like, I'm going to the bank before it gets too late because I don't have any money. This older gentleman that lives in our neighborhood, really nice. And we were talking to him for a second, and then he drove off. And so I said, okay, well, you guys have fun, have a nice dinner. I'm gonna go and do some stuff now. And she said, okay. She goes, enjoy that tomato. And I said, okay, I will. Here's the mailman right here. And she was like, enjoy that tomato. And I was like, okay, I will. And I walked across the street, and I just was like filled with this immense like feeling of peace and love, you know, from a tomato. That it was just like this thoughtful gesture just in this moment. And you know, I thought about it like in my life, and I don't know, maybe it's an Indiana thing or a Midwest thing, or anybody that like grows a garden. I have had so many people that have given me like tomatoes. They'll be like, oh, they'll bring up like a bag of tomatoes to something and be like, here, take as many as you want, you know? And I thought, what a kind gesture that is, you know, that we grow something from the ground up that we love, that we cultivate it, that we take care of it, that we tend to it, you know, and we love it, so that we can grow something and then give it to other people for them to enjoy. I mean, it's this very simple concept, right? But at the same time, it's such a meaningful gesture. And I came back across the street, and I went inside, and I put this on the kitchen counter, and I kept on looking at it last night, and I was like, I kept on getting kind of antsy. I was like, I can't wait till this is ripe so I can eat this tomato. Like, I'm ready to eat this tomato, you know? And then I was thinking to myself, like, it's not just a tomato, you know? It's the interaction that we had, and it was this very peaceful moment where it was like absolutely beautiful outside, and we were walking around, and hey! And we were like looking at the weeping willow, and you know, all of it. And we were, that neighbor who's the condo that we walked around, they have a 3 seasons room, well, 4 seasons room, and we were walking around the side of it. They have like a couch, and it's beautiful inside. And my neighbor goes, she goes, now they get a lot of shade in their season room. And she goes, and I said, I would love to take a nap in there. She goes, doesn't it look so cozy? And it's just that interaction, you know. And when we moved into this neighborhood, I was a lot younger. Alex was obviously a lot younger. And people weren't as friendly as they are, but now it's like, we've kind of like made our place in this neighborhood, and people are so friendly, and they're like, hey, how are you? And they always walk by. So I don't know if you guys saw the pictures or anything, or heard me talk about it in my vlog, but my cousin Caroline had this huge sign put up for my birthday, on my 50th birthday, and it said, happy birthday, Peter. I mean, it was huge. It was in our whole yard, right? So everybody that walked by, to this day, like if I'm at the pool or if I'm out on the front porch, people will still be like, how was your birthday? And I'm like, it was great. Thank you so much, you know? I don't know. I think we could learn to be a little bit kinder, you know, on a daily basis. We could learn to maybe hand out a few more tomatoes, so to speak. And whether that's a compliment or an actual tomato or help or just a friendly gesture, you know? So it's not just a tomato. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.